Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 4. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tisha with So Creative Lounge, and I am so excited. We get this one more bonus day to talk about the memory teddy bear. So, before we get started, we need to check all the texts and everything. We need to make sure the audio is good, and I want to follow you guys on Facebook. So, I'm trying to learn this thing, okay? So, let me join the chat and everything. So give me a minute just to get that started. And we're going to check that audio. And so just bear with us. And I think I'm in the right place. Okay, here we go. We're live. Okay. Oh, there's the chat. Yay, Tisha's doing it. I get a tickle out of this. All right, wonderful. So as I'm transitioning, I usually try to come in and just check the chat. So if I get in a habit of it, then it won't be difficult when I really need to do this, right? So thank you, thank you. So it sounds like the audio was good. I have the chat up. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. All right. So we're at day 4. Now, Tisha has so much more to talk about. It's amazing how you go from 24 hours, from one day to the next day, and more information is just coming in left and right. So I got some more information for you guys as well. So I'm gonna start off with some of the news, and then you have to stay back for the really good tidbits at the end of class. So I got some really good news for you guys. Now, coming up this weekend, which is tomorrow, I'm so excited. Tomorrow, we're having our sip and sew. That's right, tomorrow. You can still register. So if you put in the chat, sip and sew. So you have to spell out the N, A-N-D, sip and sew. That should populate onto your window and how to register, okay? So go ahead and do that now because we have limited seats, okay? Now, guess what? Tisha is really geared up for this, and I'm hoping that I'm able to actually come in and sit and sew with you guys tomorrow. But we all know one thing, family is first, and you all know that I've had a lot going on. I got 2 new grandbabies, so I'm hoping that I can reserve my day to come in and make sure I see you guys, and I don't have any emergencies or quick changes in my schedule. But with that being said, I wanted to show you guys how committed I am to being here tomorrow. Look, Tisha already pulled out her fabrics. Yes, I'm making 2. I want to make one out of my batik fabric and one out of my African print fabric. So please, fingers crossed.
Where did that batik fabric come from?
Oh, I had this for a while.
Pull that back out.
Oh, see, they're trying to steal my fabric already. They're trying to steal my bundles already. So I'm really excited for tomorrow. So I hope you register and join us tomorrow for our sip and sew. Oh, and don't forget, this is Cecily's. I've been holding on to this bad baby. Cecily slash Tisha. Come on now. I love this print. So if you're still interested in this print, we still have it available. So definitely, I think there's only a few bundles left. You want to grab that now. Also, we have coming up, which I'm really excited about. We're having our Fabricaholic mini weekend retreat, and I'm really excited about the projects. I'm so excited that you registered this week. Next week, I want to get together with everyone that has registered and talk about all the little tidbits, prepping, what to bring, being prepared for some of our projects. So I'm really excited about that. But you want to get in on that this weekend. You don't want to wait because next week I'm gonna start jumping right into it. Okay. So that retreat, that mini retreat, is February the 14th through the 16th. So that's Valentine's weekend and President's weekend, which is really nice. We get an extra day, that 3-day. So if you want to stay in the city and just kind of check everything out, or if you want to use that as your travel day, at least you have that day for traveling. So I hope to see you during that weekend. I'm really excited about that. All right. Don't, and let's not forget, we got I said I was going to bring it over and I forgot. Our Nyla jacket is going strong. Oh my God, you have no idea how Nyla jacket is going so strong. Part 1 of the Nyla jacket, we are starting our class here, February the 1st. So you want to register for that as well. Again, we have limited seats because we can't pack everyone in our space. So the class is pretty much halfway full. So if you're really interested in joining us for our Nyla jacket, that is February the 1st. It's right around the corner. It's virtual. Okay, good. But you still need to register, right? You still need to register. All right, and I'll talk about the Nyla jacket later. I got another surprise for you. With that being said, okay, I just want to say hello to everyone in the chat. Hey, Jennifer. Who is that? That's Cheryl. What's up, you ladies? So let's go ahead and get started and jump right into our memory teddy bear. So let's meet over at the cutting table. All right, so here we are. We want to finish up our teddy bear. He is pretty much complete, almost complete. So today we're going to work on the outer arm, the inner arm, attaching it to the body. And then once we attach it to the body, all we have is the head that we'll need to attach to the rest of the body. We're going to talk about stuffing, some hand stitching that you'll need, as well as some embroidering stitching. That and again, remember this is your teddy bear, so everything is optional. Okay. All right, so let's get right into it. So we left off with putting the legs and everything together. We have our little cute little feet. So the pieces that we have are the arms. So we have the outer arm and the inner arm. Now, in your instructions, let's go to the instructions. And that's on page 6. No. Let's back up. Here. The arms, page 5. Now, it says turn the body and legs right side out. This is extremely important, and it actually says this in the instructions. This is very important. You do not want to do this step without this because it's just going to make it easy to pin these pieces together. So they want you to make sure that it is turned inside out to the right side. So here I have mine. Turn to the right side, okay? And we already know that right in here, we need to put an arm in. That's where our arm, here's our feet and our legs, and our arms is right here. And they want you, your next step, it says to pin and sew the inner arm pieces to the tummy and back piece, matching using point. Oh, there they go with those letters again. U, S, and T. U, S, and T. All right, so let's pull out the inner arm, and I have that here. So let's set this one aside. And let's go ahead and take our pins out and let's look at this. If you notice on your pattern piece, it actually has those letters on there. You have U, S, T right at the top. Okay. And if you notice at the S, there's a notch and there's a notch at the bottom as well. So make sure you have notched those as well. So if I look at my teddy bear, I want to find where those letters are. So if I just peek into my opening, I see that, oh, there's the T, there's my S at that seam, and there's my U on my back. Aha! So with right sides facing right sides, I should pin this right on in that underarm area. So I've done it for one side here. As you can see, I have pinned the inner arm, right side facing right side. I've also matched up the letters U, S, and T to the underarm of the belly and the back of the memory teddy bear. And it should look like this. So let's go ahead and pin the other one in place. And so I'm going to start with the center, which is the S, because I know that notch should sit right there at the seam. And then if I look over on the other side to match it up, that's my point for you, point for you. That looks good. I'm going to go ahead and pin in this curved underarm area here. Now I'm going to repeat that for the other side. So if I look over to the other side, there's my T, there's my T. That looks good. Now, for the sake of time, because I want to get all of this stuff in today, I've already sewn this in, but you would go ahead and use your same 1/4 inch and sew this in place all the way around. And you will do that for both sides, both underarms. So let's turn it over and let's take a look. And now you can see that it's been sewn in place. Now this is a really tight curved area. So you, again, even though in instructions it may not say this, but you want to clip into this area. And so I did. And if I really bend this back, you can really see how far I'm able to spread that curved area. That's only because I snipped into it. You always snip to the stitch line and not past that stitch line. Okay. So now that's in place, let's move on to the next step. Now they give you some more tidbits about sewing and everything. So definitely read through those because they tend to be very helpful. Now it says turn the bear and legs to the wrong side, which is the inner face side, so that the inner arm pieces flip and flop out of the tummy and the back piece. And so really you want to turn it inside out, just like that. This is going to make it easier for you to attach what? The upper arm. That's right. So now that that's turned inside out, and here is my sewn arm here. Okay. Trying to get everything out the way. There's that that inner arm. Let's pull out our next piece because I'm quite sure it's coming up next. It says pin and sew the outer arm piece, which we just grabbed here, to the tummy back and inner arm piece, matching points W, U, T, and W on the other side. So if you look at your pattern piece, you'll see those letters. You'll see the W, the both on both sides. You'll see the U, you'll see the V, and you see a T. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and pin these pieces together. So I would literally take off my piece and let's match it up. So I know at the top, if I look here, I have a notch at the bottom. Here's my notch at the bottom. I always like to start there. And if I look over onto my other side of my underarm, oh, there's that U and there's a notch there. Oh, that's where I should match that up. All of that's coming together. And I will continue to pin this all the way around, again, matching up those letters. So on the other side, I noticed that where my T is, I have a notch there. So that should match up as well to the inner arm, and it does. Beautiful. So now I have my inner arm and my outer arm actually attached together and ready to pin. Now I've already pinned that, so let's take a look. Let's see. And here it is in place. Really, really nice. What's my time like? Okay, that looks good. All right, so let's take this over to the sewing machine and let's sew it up. All right, so this is a good time for us to check in and see if we have, I dropped my bear, and see if we have any questions. Hello, hello. I just see a lot of hellos and hi. I just want to say hello to everyone. Helpful hints for those who are Oh, I'm so glad this is helpful. Yes, yes, yes. Wonderful. Yeah, I was If you look in instructions, she does talk about she has some videos and everything, but I found that they were not as detailed as mine. So this was really helpful. So I was keeping that in mind to make sure that it was very visible and easy to see. But again, it's all about planning, 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 planning. And I planned this out really, really well with marking everything. So I can't say that enough. You want to mark all your pieces really, really well. All right, so let's start sewing. I've already did my test stitch here. And I'm gonna start at that very top. Now, this may feel weird because there is literally a seam that you're sewing on because you're joining these pieces together. But don't let that freak you out, okay? Do not let that freak you out. All right, so I'm starting at that U, and I wanna make sure I drop my stitches. No, I hadn't, but I did test. So let's drop these down. And again, I'm using a smaller seam. I'm sorry, a smaller stitch length, a 1.8. Having a smaller, this is another tidbit, and having a smaller length stitch allows you to go around curves, these really tight curves, much easier too. If you haven't noticed that, it does. When you have big, long stitches, it's really hard for you to turn naturally or gradually. So I don't have to fight with the fabric because it's taking smaller steps. That's all it's doing. It's taking smaller steps and it makes it really easy to turn. Oh, someone said, I'm so glad you're back. Oh, I'm so happy to be back. Thank you so much, Karen. Yeah, just taking care of family, taking care of family. As you all know, family has been very important for us in the business because you guys have seen our families grow up. I mean, you've seen Cecily. I think yeah, because when we started our Seven Cells, Amari wasn't even born yet. So, yeah, you have seen our families grow without a doubt. All right, so I just finished sewing that in, and that looks beautiful. It's attached. We have a inner arm and an outer arm attached. All right, so let's meet back over at the cutting table and let's chat. All right, so we're back at the cutting table. All right, so, oh, I've been forgetting. I love to check off things. So, yes, let's check off everything that we've done so far. And we just finished that. Now it says fold and pin the outer arm darts. Close between V and W. There go those letters again. V and W. And so if I look at my, again, it's talking about that outer arm here. Your V is right here, sitting right at that point, and here's your W. So let's bring those together. So there's a dart in the outer arm piece. You see that? So you want to sew those up together. Let's grab some more pins. Beautiful. And so we'll have that on both sides. So I'm going to do that for one side. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. All right, so we have our darts in place. So now let's just see what our next step is. That's right, says there. Continue pinning the tummy and the back pieces together between W and X. Ah, so this is all in that same sentence. So once we finish sewing that dart in place, if you notice along the sides, I see where my W and my X come together. Yep, and that's on both sides. So I'll need to do that for both sides. But in order to do that, we have to sew this dart first. So we'll have to come back and pin those together. All right, so we're going to do that for both of them. So let's meet over back at the sewing machine and let's sew up these darts. Okay. Any questions so far about the teddy bear? We come along well? Everyone's getting their bear done, ready for Valentine's Day, or just as a gift, or just to make. Wonderful. All right, so we got one dart there. Okay. Let's go ahead and catch the other one. Let's go ahead and sew that one up as well. Turn that pin this way. All right. Beautiful. Okay, so but while we're here, this is the beautiful thing. We already read the instructions. We already know what we need to do, right? So we don't need to go back over to the cutting table. It literally said we need to join the W's to the X's, right? So let's go ahead and that's literally just this area here. So the body is getting attached to the upper arm area. So let's go ahead and pin that. Let's go ahead and pin this one. Okay, and so I can only do one side at a time. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. One side. Can I get the other one in? No, let's do one at a time. Okay. All right, so we're going to sew this one up first, and then we're going to flip and do the other one, the other side. And let's do the other side here. All right. Now it's time for us to do the entire side. Oh, that head is coming together. I can see it now. Now it's going to get really bulky in this area, so don't freak out because you got a dart here. You got a seam there. Yeah, and my machine is filling it at the same time. All right. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. All right, we want to repeat the same thing for the other side as well. So let's do all of that and make sure the X are coming together. I can barely see the other letters now. There's so much thread going on. But we'll do cleanup in a few minutes. All of that's coming together. Beautiful. That looks good. All right. Let's take this to the cutting table where we can really see it, dissect it, turn it inside out, and examine what we've done. All right. I'm just checking the chat. Everyone is doing good. No questions. All right. So we killed two stones at one time just by reading ahead and knowing what to do. So we can go ahead and check off both of these. Completely done. So let's take a look and let's turn it inside out. And let's see our teddy bear. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my God, he's adorable. And that neckline looks really good. Everything really meshed up really nicely. I love that. Oh, beautiful. Now it's time for us to, and so I'm just checking them out. It's time for us to attach the head to the body. So, literally, in our next set of instructions, it says pin the head to the body at the neck seam. So, I'm going to just go ahead and turn him back inside out because this is really easy for me to see here. You see that? The mouth of the neck. So, I want to go ahead and take my head and match it up to my. And I'm gonna just take the head and stuff him right in the inside. So I know that the center of the head should be at the center of the body, and those letters should the letters match up? No, because I have an F and a B, but that's okay. We're done with letters. Yeah, because they don't say anything about letters. So at this point, you really don't have to refer to the letters because they have changed. It was really for us to put the pieces together. At this point, they don't refer to any of the um, alphabets at this point. So you're just going to go ahead and attach the head to the body. So let's go ahead and pin that up. I'm just going to stuff that to the inside. And again, right sides facing right sides. Nice. And whenever I can, I'm trying to open up those seams so it's just less bulk for me. But it's real if you're in a certain area and it's difficult, don't worry about it. Especially when they sit on the seams, it's really hard to see or open them. Okay. Now I'm just pinning the other side, making sure those raw edges are meeting each other. Okay. Even across the top. Okay, look at that. His head is in the inside, but we would get it out. It'll come out. All right, so that looks good. Now this is really tight. It reminds me of making small children clothing or making dolls when you have something this tight. So more than likely, I'm gonna try to put this on, remove the front piece of my machine so I can get it around the sewing machine. And if I struggle with that, I may be able to lay this flat, but we'll do our best, okay? All right, so let's meet back over at the sewing machine to attach the head. All right, so now that we're back, so let's make some adjustments here, okay? Let's go ahead and take this off. Let's see what we can do. Just, just trying to make this as easy as possible for us. And just because I know it's so tight, I don't want the fabric to slip on me, I'm just going to add a few more pins just for a little bit more security. So this does not slip on me at all. Okay, I think we're ready. All right. Yeah, I think that helps. That did help. So I'm glad I did take that off. All right, I'm going to take out that first pin, get started, and I'm going to try to get my hand out the way once I get this started because I know you probably can't see this. And that's probably because my teddy bear. Yeah. Okay. Slow. Take your time with this. Slow, so. And all I'm doing is just making sure that the fabric is not folding underneath. All right, beautiful. Just came to that end there. Let's take a look and make sure we capture that. And that looks pretty good. And I want to make sure no, I didn't miss anything because it's a really small seam. And there's no holes. Very good. All right, let's take it back over to the cutting table, turn it inside out, and chat about the closure. All right, how are we doing in the chat? Looks like we're still doing good. Okay. All right, so we just finished attaching the head. So let's pull that out and let's continue pulling everything out. This is so cute. So, of course, I went home and had this wonderful idea. Yesterday, I was talking about, oh, you can embellish it, you can put the name on it. I said, oh, yes, I want to go home and embroider the name onto the teddy bear. But of course, I got home and I remember something. Oh, so I had to stop what I was doing and I never got back to the embroidery. But oh my God, how cute would it be to have a child's name on here or your loved one name on here? So it's just so cute. Oh, he came out adorable. All right, so let's read our instructions, see what's next. So it does talk about turning your bear inside out and everything. It does say at the bottom, it says pin and sew the bear clothes at the back from Y to K on the back head pieces and continue on to Z onto the back piece, leaving a gap opening just for turning. So you'll notice that you have a large slit here. It really doesn't have to be that large for stuffing unless you struggle with if you have any hand or wrist issues. This probably is going to be the best option for you. And if that's the case, then go ahead and sew it up. I mean, let's go ahead and stuff it. But for some of us, we don't need that big of a hole. I can get both of my hands in here. Okay. I just need a smaller opening for just the stuffing. Okay. So let's turn that inside out. So it's really up to you and your mobility as far as stuffing. And let's go find those letters. Okay. I thought we were done with them, but it seems like we have just this last step here. And so it says from Y to K. So let's find the Y and the K. Ah, there's my Y, there's my K. And then all the way down to the Z. So I can do this all at one time. So that's literally at the back of the head. Let's grab some more pins. And down to the notch. And that's where the Z is at. So we're going to do this all in one sweep. So now you'll notice that once you've pinned that and close it, your opening has gotten really small, just enough so that you can get about 3 fingers in. And that's really perfect for me because that's less handwork that I have to worry about. So do we still have time? Yes, we got time. So let's meet over at the sewing machine to sew this up, okay? And how are we doing in the chat? We're doing good. Okay, wonderful. All right, so we're back at the sewing machine, and I can actually add my piece back on here. And right there where the Z is, we're going to start right there. I really so what you just heard of me changing my stitches, I wanted that first 2 or 3 stitches to be really, really tiny. So I took it down to a 1.4 because I already know anything that I have to stuff, I might pop those first 2 or 3 stitches just by putting so much stress on the opening, so I just made it just a little smaller. Once I've taken a few steps, then I'll go back to my 1.8. Beautiful. All right, that's nice and sewn. Now I'm just going to go take my finger inside the opening and just double check to make sure there's no holes. I caught everything. Such a tiny seam. It's really, really tiny. Yep, I caught everything. And let's go ahead and meet back over at the cutting table and let's talk about stuffing, the nose, and perhaps some embroidery stitching. All right, so we're still doing good in the chat. Yes, we look like we're still doing good. All right, wonderful. So let's go ahead and turn this inside out. Now, when I'm turning something like this inside out, I want to reach for the piece. The feet is the furthest thing away. So I'm gonna pull out both of the feet and the head. So here's my feet. That's one foot right there. Let's grab another one. Again, all the way, turn it inside out. I'm trying to be gentle. Try not to pop any stitches, but it happens. And then his head, I'm just going to push his head right into that hole. Oh, look at there. My teddy bear. He has a head now attached. It is official. Oh, he's so cute. He's so, so, so cute. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So at this point in your instructions, it talks about stuffing the legs, the arms, the head area really, really real. You want to stuff it really tight as much as possible, but you don't want to poke holes through your seams. Remember? That's another reason why we drop those seams because we know we got all these curved areas, all these points, and we're going to be stuffing it. So those stitches really need to hold up to all the stress that we're going to be putting on them while we're stuffing them. Now, before you start stuffing, I recommend taking your chopstick and just going along those seams. Make sure everything is flushed out really, really nice. This is a good time to examine, even as you're moving along those seams, to make sure that everything is sewn really, really, really well. Okay. So I'm running my chopstick gently along the seam. So that's one hand. Again, along the second hand. And you want to do that for the feet and the head. Once you have all the seams nicely sitting out, looking really nice, if you have any holes, or if you find that you need to repair anything, this is a good time to do it. Okay. This is why we're taking the time to examine all those areas. It's like a doctor's visit. I'm checking everything. Okay, looking underneath the feet, under the arm, on the back of the head, the nose, making sure everything is sewn well and there are no holes. If you have to go back, you'll just turn it inside out, find that area, and come back and reinforce that area. Okay. All right, so now that we have done that, now it's time for you to take your batting. Okay, and that's the fluffy stuff, the polyfill. And you just want to stuff your teddy bear as much as possible. Now, you'll get to a point where everything is stuffed and it gets really, really hard to push anything else in. But that's why you want to start with um, the feet and the arms first, head, and then the rest of the body. Because if you try to come back, excuse me, to stuff those areas, excuse me, it'll be really hard to get into. Sorry about that. Oh, Miss Jennifer said, that's so cute. Yes, it is cute. All right. So once everything is stuffed, then you have that still that opening. So in your instruction sheet, they have this great stitch, which is a ladder stitch. Um, Sometimes they'll refer to it as a whip stitch. It's a really simple, easy stitch. I highly recommend it. If you're sewing, this is one stitch you really have to learn how to sew. You can get away with a lot of other things not sewing, but this stitch here, anytime you have an opening, you need to have that stitch. And you want to master it really, really well. Now, if you are, this is one of those stitches that'll be on the outside. So use something that matches your fabric. Knowing that, you wouldn't want to use a white or red because I would actually be able to see that. So if I was to sew the back, whenever I sew this, I would use a black thread. Because sometimes you would see your ladder stitch and sometimes you may see your whip stitch. Okay. Now, moving on to the fabric. Now, you don't have to do this stitch because if you notice, the teddy bear is really, really cute. So if you freak out and say, oh my God, my hand stitching is horrible, Tisha, I want you to give yourself a little grace. And a lot of times we don't do that for ourselves. I am giving you permission. Tisha has just knighted you. Okay. I'm knighting the bears. You have permission to do this. You know, this is those times where something like this, there's no street police for teddy bears at all that's going to run up to you and say you did that incorrectly. But all you do is want to try. And this is how you get your practice in on something like this. So definitely try with your embroidery thread. And we talked about this earlier. And making sure that you're using your needles. Okay, I got lots of needles, and this is one of those times where you can be a little bit flexible with your needle because you want your the eye of the needle to be large enough that you all 8 strands can go inside. Okay, but strong enough that can pierce the fabric, and you're not going to fight with it. Okay, so definitely check that out. And you just want to follow the outline where your nose is at for making the mouth of your teddy bear, which is very, very easy. It's just one line to one line, one the other line to the next. And you'll notice on um, in, by just following the diagram in your picture that you have here. As you can see in the back, there's tons of pictures of different teddy bears, different nose options, and things of that nature. So one of the things that I love is that you still have your nose piece, right? And so the nose piece, you can, again, it's okay if you leave you don't want to add anything else. You don't have to add the felt nose or anything. But I was able to find some felt, and I thought this was really cute. Um, and I just cut it out of red. And so if I wanted to, I can actually apply this to the nose area, which I think is so cute. So I think I will add that on. It just makes him pop even more. So definitely try it out. This is a good time. Like I said, there is no uh, teddy bear police out there that's going to say you sewed that on wrong. Try it, have fun with it, and enjoy it. So let's meet back over. Let me check the chat just in case to see if we have any questions before we move on. No, it looks like everyone is doing well. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so let's meet back over at the headshot and let's chit chat. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I had so much with this project. I don't make a lot of stuffed animals, but it really hit home for me that you could actually take something like this, take an old garment, and make something out of it like a memory bear. And so I thought of my mom when I was thinking of this. So this is really, really adorable. But with that being said, it got me thinking, man, I should do this again. Maybe I should do this every month. So I'm thinking about that. So next month, yes, we're gonna do this again. Yes, we are. So I will be sewing up the exploding heart quilt with you guys. I'm gonna be doing this next. Oh, I think I said the date. I took the notes off. I would be doing this for the whole week of February the 4th through the 7th with you for 4 days. Yay! So I'm gonna try to get as much as I can done. Um, and so I've started cutting and assembling my pieces and everything. We'll talk more about that. So if you have this pattern, let's pull it out. If you don't, you have time to go ahead and order that, okay? You can definitely order your pattern and you can actually make this quilt top along with me. Again, that's that first week in February. That's February the 4th through the 7th. So come join me as we put this together. You can do it. Now, I already know some people saying, well, Tisha, I'm freaking out over the triangles. Don't let them scare you. Girl, we got this, okay? So come and join the class, come and have fun, and we will be making this quilt top together. So I've been wanting to make this for my daughter for such a long time. So we're going to get this done 2025. That's right. All right. So if you have fun with the memory teddy bear, join us again to make another one. I think these are really, really cute. And if you have any little people who are interested in sewing, how cute. You can make your little cute little funky love monster here. And it's literally called the Valentine's Love Monster. I've kind of got hooked on here, and I think I got two grandbabies. You all know that, right? I got two grandbabies. I got them all in 1 year. I mean, rain and blessings. But I was thinking of my two little boys and everything. And so I'm like, yeah, they're my little monsters. So this would be perfect. So we still have this pattern available as well. So definitely check it out. Really easy, simple, much easier than a teddy bear. So if you need that really quick gift for a loved one, your little ones, or just for yourself, great project. Okay? All right, so I still had good news. So did you hang in there? Did you all hang in there? So I still got more good news. Guess what? Oh, QuiltCon is coming, you guys. Yes, it is already here. QuiltCon is here. Now, So Creative Lounge is not going, but Tisha is going there to represent and hold it down for So Creative Lounge. As you all know, our families are still needing us. So we couldn't go out to Phoenix, Arizona, man. All of the fabric, we just not built like that, but we're going to get there. So just bear with us. But I will be out there representing So Creative Lounge. And if you're going to QuiltCon, let's get together. So Creative Lounge, just get together as sisters and brothers and come and celebrate and just let's take a group photo, do dinner. I don't know, whatever you all suggest. Let's figure it out, okay? Also, I just heard back from the original quilting show, the original sewing quilting show. Now, if you all were with us last year, we had so much fun in Fredericksburg. We were down there, and I actually taught a class because you guys but you need to teach a class. I did it. I do what you all tell me to do. I really do. Well, the class was so successful, we had to up the number. And then when we upped the number, it sold out. And so the coordinators for the class, for the program, were like, Tisha, can you please come to Atlanta? Can you come to Dallas? I'm like, let's baby steps. I'm going to figure out what's best and everything. So we just heard back that we are going to be there in Atlanta. That's right. In Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to be in Atlanta I lost my little note. I lost the date.
In
but
March.
It's in March, but it's like that first week in March. I'll let you guys know. Guess what? Tisha's teaching 2 classes. Oh my God, 2 classes. That's right. We are going to Atlanta. We're going to teach the Nyla jacket. We're going to have you get a whole day hanging out with us just making a Nyla jacket. That's right.
You're teaching the Nyla jacket?
Nyla jacket.
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Who cut these jelly rolls?
Well, me and Steph's going to talk about that in a few minutes because guess what? It's only 2 of us. So we need more volunteers. Sign up. We need volunteers.
Sure.
So, man, but yeah, we're going to figure it out and everything. So, oh my God, the jelly rolls. But with that being said, I want to say thank you guys.
I got one more thing.
Oh my God. See, tell you dudes just keep coming. Come over, Sassy. Come over.
Wait.
I got a chair here. I got a chair.
I'm representing my hometown today, you know.
Chicago's in the house.
So you know, I want to motivate everybody to work on their bear. So
Yes.
I was thinking, let me know what
Okay.
you think.
Okay.
If you post in our Facebook group, the Sewing Lounge Facebook group, your completed bear, we're going to do a raffle.
Ooh.
We're going to do a raffle. A $50 gift card.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Woo, money.
Oh,
We
right,
love that.
right.
We love free.
And we'll pull the names on the Fabricaholic Friday on February 14th.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
I
we'll
love
pull the
it.
names. Yep,
Oh, you all love that? You all love that? Of course.
Yes.
Wonderful. All right. So get those bears in.
Mhm.
Let's see them. I want to see what you're doing. All
Yeah.
right. And we get ready for that raffle.
Yes.
Woo!
All right.
Wow. That was a lot.
It was. I'll be back at 5.
That's
I'm
right.
doing
Oh
mud
my-
cloth live at 5
I'm be
o'clock.
sitting right here waiting. Because I love mud cloth. I love mud cloth. And that's one of the things that we want to get more, do more projects around is mud cloth. So
Yeah.
it's coming. It's
Yeah.
coming. So
Yeah.
many ideas.
I know.
Not
I
enough
know.
time to do them
It's
all.
not.
Oh, God. All right, you guys, we will see you all later tonight.
Right.
All right.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. See you there.
Bye.
Bye. Ah, look at there. I see you then. Mud cloth, without a doubt. In my